I just wanted to talk about Path of Exile 2 and my experience with it so far. So I have 251 hours in it. I'm not a streamer or anything. I just play the game. I came from Diablo 4, and when I heard about Path of Exile 2, I was excited, couldn't wait to try it. And I got it on day one, and I've been playing it since. I leveled up the Titan Warrior to endgame, and then I switched over to the Monk and got that to endgame, and I prefer that. So something about the campaign and endgame. So I want to start with the campaign. Now, playing the campaign, it's great. The only downside I have, and this is probably with a lot of other games as well, but something I was wondering maybe they can try to figure out. But say, for example, you're playing with friends, like your buddies or whatever, and you're on Act 2 and they're on Act 1, they can't join you on Act 2, because you're ahead of them. So you would either have to join them and, do stuff over again, which is kind of a little downside when you want to play with your friends. So I know there's other things you can do, like, just make a character that when you guys are on, you only play that one and then go back to your other character. But I was hoping of something along the lines of, say I'm on Act 2, you're on Act 1, you can still join me on Act 2, you can still complete quests, and now say I log off and you go back to your Act 1, you finally make it to Act 2, and those quests that you completed with me on Act 2 is already completed. Now, if they can do something like that, that would be cool, and that would help out with playing campaign with friends, because right now you can't really do that. If you guys are on different time schedules, you'll have to, make a different character and only play that character when your friends are on. Now, the end game, it's getting to a point where it's kind of slowing down for me. I'm not really trying to push my gear to the max or anything like that, like some other folks enjoy doing. This game is very difficult when it comes to finding loot for your character. Majority of the time, you have to go to trade and buy it, stuff like that. So that's kind of a downer. And another thing with the end game is, I think it would be pretty cool if, say, for example, you get one character to the end game, and after you're in the end game with that character, if you made a new character, you can skip the campaign. But then you're going to say, what can you do with that character in endgame because he'd be so weak? Well, my idea was you can still go to the endgame map, and when you select the map, you don't need to use a waystone, but when you select it, whatever one you select, it would be whatever level you are, the enemy's there. So if you're level 3 and you select one of the maps on the endgame map and you join it, all the enemies there would be level 3. And as you level up, it goes from there. And then once you finally hit 60, 65, you can finally start using Waystone 1 and work your way up. So that would be an idea to make endgame a little bit different for new characters once you get your first character to endgame. That was just a suggestion I thought of and I had. That would be cool maybe if they could figure out a way to integrate that. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't agree with me, but, I don't really come from this genre of games. I normally play like shooters, like Battlefield. But yeah, that's just a suggestion I had, and I'm curious to what you guys think. Does that sound like no? Don't even do anything like that? Just stick with what they do and deal with it, or might be something you're interested in seeing?